The modern descendants of Zerah Judah. Says for the last 1500 years before the coming of the Saxons into Britain, the two emblems of the Zerah Judah branch of the Israelitish tribe of Judah were the chief emblem of the British Isles, the red hen in Ireland, and the rampant red lion in Britain. It says the fact that the use of the rampant red lion as a clan or family emblem is found in Scotland indicates that many of the Scottish people are descendants of Zerah Judah. Okay, and this is who this paper is by. Okay, we're just gonna do some reading. Says when Jacob gave his dying blessing to the 12 sons, he associated each of them with some kind of animal, object, or personal characteristics, which afterwards became the emblem of the tribes descended from them. Among this, the lion, the emblem of Jacob's fourth son Judah, is of special importance. This lion in a crouch, laying down position, because the emblem of the tribe of Judah, then in a peasant position, it became the emblem of the camp or the bridge of Judah. Later with the addition of the crown, it became the emblem of the royal house and the throne of Judah. Still later, in a rampant, standing on the hind legs with both forelegs elevated, posturing with a crown, it becomes a symbol of the two-tribed house of the kingdom of Judah. It says, yes, the lion says usually portrayed as tawny or golden in color is not the only emblem of the descendants of Judah, or even the only lion. Zerah and Perez, I keep messing his name up bad. My apologies. Okay, it says the last 4 verses of Genesis 38. Okay, it talks about their birth. How Zerah put his hand out first, and then the midwife wrapped a scarlet cord around his wrist. Then he pulled his arm back, and his brother was born first. So now you have a battle for who's the firstborn. Okay, who's technically the firstborn. Okay, it says this is the most. Okay. It says this is the most important event recorded in biblical history, the birth of a great many other people. The births of a great many other peoples are recorded in the Bible, but in this one case, only are the details given. Why? Why is the particular birth singled out for such special attention? Says the birth was a matter of great and special significance because Judah's other sons could not inherit the prophetic promise that from his descendants would come the future royal family of the nation of Israel. This was because they were the children of a forbidden union. Their mother was a Canaanite. Therefore, with the older of these two boys, a design to be the ancestor of the future royal house of Israel, the question of which of them was born first, and therefore the heir was a matter of very great importance. It is also, as the Bible shows, the basis or the beginning of serious family trouble, okay? Family trouble. How y'all doing? We're gonna take a break. We're not in no rush. How y'all doing, family? Y'all doing good? I pray that all is well with you. Tell me what's been going on with you. That reading can wait. You tell me what's going on with you. I need to know. Tell me. Okay. That's cool. You know it's gonna get better, right? You know it's gonna get better, right? Okay. As long as you know that I know that you know that it's gonna get better. Okay? How y'all doing? I thank y'all for taking time out to be up with me in the wee hours of the morning. It's 4 o'clock in the morning, and yes, I cannot sleep. I thought I was done when I did the first one, but the Most High said, no, you gotta finish, let's go. So here I am. Only thing that comes to a sleeper is a dream, right? It's a dream, right? Okay, so let's get back to it. It says, in the recording of the birth, we find that the hand of Zerah appeared first, and that the midwife tied a scarlet thread or cord around his wrist, saying, this came out first. Then we read that the hand was withdrawn, and that the birth of Zerah ensued. Here indeed was the seed of family discourse. Which boy was the firstborn, and therefore the heir? Zerah with the sacred cord around his wrist, and the pronouncement, this one is our first, or Perez, whose birth was completed first. Eventually Perez was declared, I know I'm saying his name wrong, was declared the rightful heir, and from him descended the official branch of the tribe of Judah in the Davidic royal house. In the Davidic royal house, it says, how did Zerah and his descendants react to what they undoubtedly considered a wrong decision that robbed them of their rightful inheritance? It says that they did not accept this ruling, and that many of them left the main body of Israel during the time of bondage in Egypt. It becomes very clear when we examine the tribe's genealogy as recorded in the Old Testament. These records, the main line of descent from Perez, Judah for a very long period of time, but the record of the descendants of Zerah, Judah, apparently ends at the third generation. Since these generations, and especially those of the chief family in each tribe, were kept with great care, any omission would indicate that these omitted were not longer in the land when the recording was made, as the genealogy the genealogy of Zerah, Judah apparently ceased with the third generation. It naturally follows that most, if not all, of Zerah's descendants must have left the main body during the time of Israel's captivity in Egypt, and therefore before the Exodus. With this in mind, where then did they go? So this is saying because of the discord between Zerah and his twin brother about the birthright, who officially is the firstborn, right? It brought discord, right? It brought discord. And it says that Zerah, Judah, apparently ceased with the third generation. And it naturally follows that most, if not all of Zerah's descendants must have left the main body during the time of Israel's captivity in Egypt, and therefore before the Exodus. With this in mind, where then did they go? Since they were descendants of Judah, their emblem was a lion. It is very unlikely that they will give up this emblem and their identity and descent, even though bitterly resentful towards the rest of the tribe of Judah. They therefore kept the lion as their own emblem by adding their own variations to show that they were entirely separate and distant from the tribe of Judah and Israel. In their bitterness, they will make a difference as great as possible without actually doing away with the symbol. So instead of a taunty crouched lion, they depicted theirs as both rampant and red. As a result, the rampant red lion became the emblem of the Zerah branch of the tribe of Judah. Okay, so this got me thinking. Right? Zerah, right? Cause don't even tell me that. Don't tell me that. Cause what I'm thinking, don't tell me that. Don't tell me that. That's not what I'm looking for. Don't tell me that. Zerah. Look at the kings that came from Zerah. This is what they saying that came out Zerah. And did Zerah graft his fucking self in to the line, to the Davidic line? Did he hijack his fucking way in there so the descent can come from him? What's going on here? What's going on? And look at Ireland and Scotland. This right here, this looks like another grafting. Look like they grabbed Jesus' ass on there. That's what it looked like. Look like they grabbed Jesus on there. Okay, let's get back to it, where he was at. But Zerah, did you hijack the thrones of rock? Did Zerah descendants hijack David's throne? And even though we are not ruling, but the seed of David is ruling. Don't matter if he's in order or in chaos, he's still ruling. He's still a seed of David, still a seed of Judah. Just wondering. Okay, let's get back to it. It says the red hand, okay? It says, returning again to the birth of Judah twin sons as recorded in Genesis 38, we find that the peculiar circumstances of the birth give the descendants of Zerah another emblem. Note again verse 28. It says, and so it was when she giving birth, that the one put out his hand, and the midwife took a scarlet thread and bound it around his hand, saying, this one came out first. So here we have the emblem, which is absolutely unique, one which could apply to no one else, and one to which the historical records draw special and empathetic attention. A red hand from the blood of death, circled by the scarlet thread or cord. In this unique way, a red hand circled by a scarlet thread or cord also became the emblems of Zerah branch of the tribe of Judah. It says pre-Exodus migration. Okay. It says, as we already have seen, the descendants of Zerah, Judah, and most of them decided to leave their brethren and flee out of Egypt to some new land or lands where they could establish independent kingdoms of their own. History and tradition records that they divided into two or more groups, which then fled across the Mediterranean Sea from Egypt in different directions. One of these groups was led by Calcol, also known as Secreps, a great-grandson of Zerah. Calcol and his group fled to Greece and founded the city of Athens. Another group led by Dordai or Dordanus ended up in the Tyrol and became the ancestor of the Trojans. Not long prior to the Exodus, Goth, Gaethius, a son of Calcol, returned to Egypt after killing a man after assisting one of the pharaohs in the fight against the Egyptians. Gaethius was given the hand of the pharaoh's daughter Scotta in marriage, and after living 7 years in Egypt, a boy fled to the land outset of the plagues and traveled westward to the land known today as Spain, where he settled for a number of years. During this time in Spain, Gaethius and his people founded the city, which still bear the name of their ancestors, Zaragoza. At this point, we should realize that these descendants of Zerah were radical Hebrews, being descendants of Heber through Abraham. Wherever they traveled, they left their names like a footprint, making their journey to distant lands. Thus, the river on the banks of which they founded the city of Zaragoza is still there. It's still there to this day, called the Ebro. Hell no. And to the land itself, they gave the land Iberia, the land of the Hebrews. Liberia is the land of the Hebrews. How funny is that? After resigning for some time in Spain, he died, and his widow Scotta, along with her sons, left the land and voyaged northward to the islands we now call Ireland. It says once again they took their name with them, calling their new home Hybrid Land or High Banana. That's not right. Shit. It's like I can barely see. And the islands of the north of it Hebrides. Then with immersion as they Eramon as their king, these descendants of Zerah Judah founded the kingdom of Leicester shortly after the Exodus, and from the time until the present, in a matter of nearly 3,400 years, the emblem of Worcester has been the red hand circle with a sacred cord. Excuse me. I'll let y'all see everything I just read. The computer don't go dark. Okay. The red hand as the radical emblem. So we got the radical Hebrews in this piece. Okay. Let me turn it this way for y'all. It says at this point an interesting question arises. How is it that the Scots, who later invaded what is now called Scotland in 501 AD, also have among their emblem the red hand that has been associated with Ulster since the 1350s BC? Not all of the Scots came solely from Ulster. Their own records state that a large number of them came from Cynthia, which is the ancient name of the country to the west in the north of the Caspian Sea. Thus, the register house of Edinburgh. That register house of Edinburgh. Scotland, there is an ancient document called the Declaration of Edinburgh, which consists of an official letter sent to the Pope by the Parliament of Scotland in 1320 AD and signed by King Robert the Bruce and some 30 of the Scottish nobles, in which it is clearly stated that this branch of the Scots came directly from the Scythians after living for a long period of time in Spain. This document states that they moved from Spain to the country now called Scotland 1,200 years ago, that out 1,200 years after the outgoing of the people of Israel. Says this document state that they moved from Spain to the country what is now called Scotland 1,200 years after the outgoing of the people of Israel. Where, from Egypt? It says it could very well be that this branch of the Scots originally came from Spain with who himself with the god Delas, who himself came originally from Cynthia and then elected to stay in Spain. When Scotta and his sons moved to Ireland, they could have then joined their brethren in Scotland many years later after a long stay in Spain. However, it could be argued that this outgoing of the people of Israel refers to the fall of Israel and the deportation of the 10 tribes of Syria rather than to the exodus of Israel from Egypt. Because I'm like, that probably would make more sense, because I'm like, how did they leave servitude if we couldn't just pick up and leave that bitch? Like, how could they just pick up and leave, though? They just vamped, what? Whole tribe of niggas just disappeared? Like, ain't they gonna have some type of record of some slaves missing? I don't know. Maybe it's late. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. Okay. It says, now Scotland 12 years must arrive there around. Must arrive, okay. It says, if this refers to the Exodus, which occurred somewhere around the year 1487 BC, you don't know that. Don't follow these timelines. Timelines fucked up. We know all real history happened between 6 to 900s, and a lot of the history we have is around like the 6 to 900, 7 to 900 period, you know what I'm saying? So they made duplicates, you know what I'm saying? Just like we was reading about the Willie Lynch letters, how they made multiple illusions for us. In each illusion that they said that was one behind the other, and how it left us in suspended animation, following or getting caught up in these illusions. But they put all these illusions in our face to keep us from focusing on what the Most High, what we supposed to be doing. Every historical thing they kept away from us as long as they could, because they said, let's go back. I still got it up. We can go back. Let's go back like a bad habit. Ooh. No, don't go back like a bad habit. Okay. It says, let me get nice, close, and personal with you. Says, our experts warned us about the possibility of this phenomenon occurring. What phenomenon do you say? What is this phenomenon? I'm going to tell you. I'm going to go up. It says, we created an orbiting cycle that turns on its own axis forever unless a phenomenon occurs and reshifts position of the male and the female, which means turning them, reposition them back into the status and the behavior of the sex that they were designed to be. In this shift, they keep talking about, we gonna, when Nimbaru come through, we gonna have an axis if the world's gonna to. But what if this polar shift is nothing but a shift in consciousness? It's but a shift in us waking the fuck up. You know what I'm saying? These amnesia darts is wearing the fuck off. It's wearing off. What is that? What if that's the phenomenon? Because check it out, right? It says, Okay, I'm going to read it again. It says, we created an orbiting cycle that turns on its own axis forever unless a phenomenon occurs and reshifts positions of the male and the female savage. Our experts warned us about the possibility of this phenomenon occurring, for they experts say, when you say they, you talking about the experts, they said what? This is what they said. I'm gonna tell you what these niggas said. I'm gonna tell you exactly what they said, man. I'll tell you exactly what they said as soon as I find my place. For they said that the mind has a strong drive. For they say that the mind have a strong drive to correct and to correct and recorrect itself over a period of time if it can touch some sustainable, I'm saying that word wrong and I'm stuttering, so y'all see the word. I'm not going because I'm not about to keep stuttering and y'all won't be laughing. Original historical base. And as they advise us that the best way to deal with the phenomenon is to shave off the brute's mental history and create not about to start stuttering again, y'all see the word. A phenomenon of illusions. It says, so that each illusion will twirl in its own orbit, sometimes similar to floating balls in a vacuum cleaner. Okay? It says the creation of the multiples of this phenomenon of an illusion entails the principle of the principle of crossbreeding, okay? Principle of crossbreeding, okay? So they do that for crossbreeding, as they stated before, okay? So, okay, let's get back. Okay, it says, however, it could be argued that this outgoing of the people of Israel refers to the fall of Israel and the deportation of the 10 tribes to Assyria rather than the exodus of Israel from Egypt. If this refers to the exodus, which occurs somewhere around the year 1487 BC, then this means that the Scots, if they came into what is now Scotland 1200 years later, must have arrived there around the year 287 BC, whereas Scottish history shows that they did not arrive until approximately 500 AD. Whoa, so who was the original people over there? If these Caucasian people didn't come over there until 500 AD, then who was rocking over there? Melanated people. Okay? Okay. Hold on. Okay. It says if the deportation of Israel to Assyria is meant, which was completed in 718 BC, then the branch of the Scottish arrived in Scotland in 483 AD, or a few more years later, as indicated in the 1703 translation of the Declaration of Ardebrock. It says, which brings us very close to the year 501 AD, which Scottish history gives as a date that the Scots did indeed arrive. It says, if then the branch of the Scottish came from Cynthia, the Scots came from Cynthia through Spain directly into Scotland, it seems very unlikely that the red hand of the Scottish herder came solely from oysters. In support of this, we would know that the red hand, as it appears in the Scottish herder, is not encircled by a scarlet cord, as was the ancient Ulysses emblem. Okay, so now we're talking about hijack. So the modern flag does not depict or represent the same emblem as the ancient flags that they had. It says, however, despite the slight difference, it is obvious that the red hand, sometimes pink, so that's not red. Pink is not red. So obviously we still talking about a fucking hijack. Excuse my language, but we talking about a darn gone hijack. As it appears in Scottish hierarchy, it says, in the red hand of the Ulysters are the same emblem. When we consider, the light's crazy. It says, when we consider the fact that this later branch of the Scots claim that they came into Scotland from the Scythians and that they mention as their stay in Spain, but say nothing of a stay in Ulster, it becomes evident that the red hand must have been an ancestor emblem which both branches of Scots brought with them from the same ancient homeland. Of ever more importance in this fact is that the Scots dated the arrival I'm sorry, y'all. This light is dark. Okay. Okay, it says the Scots dated the arrival of the late branch in Scotland from the events of history, from the branch in Scotland from an event in the history of Israel. This is sometimes would be very unlikely to do unless them themselves were Israelites. However, they say they came from Scythia, which is the place to which the Israel people migrated after their departure from Assyria. In view of the origin of the red hand emblem recorded in Genesis 38, and in the fact that the red hand thereby became one of the emblems of the descendants of Judah, we have to conclude that the people who brought the red hand to Ulster so long ago, and the Scots who later brought it to Scotland, though coming at different times, had a common origin in the Zerah branch of the Israelitish tribe of Judah. Finally, in consideration of the horetic significance of the red hand, we should note that as descendants of Zerah Judah, the first settlements in Ulster was also entitled to use the rampant red lion in the official arms of the Northern Ireland. We indeed see that it holds an important place therein. Another point of interest is these arms is that the red hand has as its background a six-pointed star, which is reminiscent of the form of a hexagram or the shield of David, whose significance is another story. Okay. Oh, I know what I wanted to show you. Hold on. Okay, I'm back. Okay, we're gonna go back to the royal house, right? Because they speak about a civilization that I have a Smithsonian magazine about. So let's see if we can get to it. I'm gonna let y'all read this, and then let's go to the chart. She spent £1 million to establish her genealogy. This is a wonderful chart by the genealogist. Okay, and it says all the kings to descend out of the line out of Judah. It says, let me bore you with the list. Okay. Dr. Jane Scott, okay? But I was reading something on here about you can't see it, but it's called the Golden Warrior. Hold on, I'll turn the light on. Have you ever heard of the Golden Warrior? This is a Smithsonian magazine. They got him looking like a Caucasian now. It says the Golden Warrior, a 3,500-year-old tomb exposed the roots of Western civilization. Okay. Let me find what page it's on. It says the 3,500-year-old tomb of an unknown soldier is shaking our understanding of the roots of Western civilization. Okay. The Golden Warrior. That looks like the same knife they took out of King Tut tomb, the golden knife, right? Okay. Okay. I'm gonna just skim through it. I'm not gonna read it. I'll just let y'all read it. Pause it, read it, resume. Okay. Wow. It's nothing like burning cedar oil, king's oil. How light the air feels around you. How good, how soothing, how comforting you feel. Shout out to our brother Paco. I'm running low, Paco. I'm running low, Paco. And thank you, Paco, for letting the Most High use you to give us something that we have always been using, and it's something that was urgent, that's needed. So I thank you for letting the Most High use you, my brother. Because even though He wants to use all of us, only few of us will hear His call and return. We'll pick up. So much ahab to you, young king. Much ahab to all the young kings and queens that's doing what we are doing. Because it's all for the Most High. It's not about us. It's about the Most High. It's about the Most High creation. And how great of a position do we have? We went from having no position, we couldn't even sit on a bench, to being the #1 star. Come on, Israel. Awake, awake. Awake, awake. The time's now. Don't be late. Awake, awake. Awake, awake. The time is now. Don't be late. I'm gonna show y'all the map. Y'all see the next store? Thought this is play. The Mycenaean society. Okay. Then there's some pigs. Trying to figure out where the shadow coming from, but I can't. Gotta dodge the hijack, family. Yeah, y'all see that Hittite emperor name? The reference to the Hittite emperor. Y'all see that? Don't play with me. Come on now. Thought I was done. The most I said, don't know. Better get back up. You ain't done yet. Y'all see these artifacts? Y'all see the artifacts? Y'all see that bull head too, right? This is what they said they look like. From the Nestor Palace, 14th century BC. We know what they do when they go out there and do archaeology sites. They be building stuff. Remember, you can pause, read, resume.